Welcome to the EORT Cyber News for the day with your host, EORT, bringing you the latest cyber news as I see them and find them throughout the internet. With that being said, let's get started with today's topics. Good morning. Today is 18 December 2024. The New York Times is reporting on December 16, 2024 that the Biden administration is taking its first steps to retaliate against China over the hack. The Commerce Department is banning a few remaining operations of China Telecom in the United States, a move that appears unlikely to deter Beijing from conducting sophisticated operations. Okay, I talked about earlier about the Salt Typhoon where they hacked our telecoms, and that's causing a problem. Having companies seeking alternate solutions to communicate with their employees. So some companies are moving over to Teams and only using Teams for their for calls and text messages as opposed to using their cell phone itself. Although Teams is an app on the cell phone, companies are now looking at using Teams as their default communications hub, meaning sending Teams messages and using Teams to initiate calls to keep their data from being compromised from the Salt Typhoon attack. So those are things that are happening. Unfortunately for them, there is also now a cyber attack on Teams that can be initiated through compromised computers. I could talk about that later once I find the article, because I read a lot of articles and everything is a little bit convoluted right now. So the Biden administration is going to give him 30 days to respond, which means he'll be out of office by the time anything happens. So the ban on China Telecom would have more symbolic than financial impact, even before the latest turn in the cyber confrontation between the world's two largest economies. The United States have moved to shrink China's telecom presence. Okay, what does that mean? Let's talk about that for a second. Let's really talk about that for a second. iPhones are made in China. A lot of phones are made in China. The OnePlus, the Xiaomi, I believe. And a lot of the components that you use on your devices, the chips, they're made in China. So trying to get them out of our telecoms means they have less avenues to hack or intercept our communications. If they control the chips and they control the firmware on the chips, then they can use that easily to spy on us. It's not, nothing that we can do. So hopefully you can get chips from other places. Unplugged Phone gets its chips from Taiwan, I think. And they build it here. So when people are saying we need to be independent, that means that things are going to be great. Okay, that's why that is important to shrink that presence. All these hacks are happening because of everything we have relies on China. I mean, they have all our water supply systems, our telecoms, electric supply systems. They're all using components from China. China can have a backdoor in them, and they can cripple us easily. We need to be a little bit more independent on that. I know you guys don't see these things, but it is my hope that by talking about these things, you guys can open up your eyes a little bit, protect yourselves, protect your data, and maybe see the world a little bit differently. It is a jaded world. People are evil. Not everybody is nice. And whatever they can do to get to you and exploit you, they will do. Anyway, that's my article for today. I hope you guys have a great day. Love y'all. Be safe out in them cyber streets. Bye.